Neil Murphy at the Dynamic Man podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about how you can shame the blame game and stop being a victim. It's very easy. It's very easy to blame someone else, especially during a breakup. When your ex has booted you out of her life, or maybe it's mutual, or maybe you decided. But our egos are very, very happy to deflect the blame onto your ex or whoever. But the ego, it doesn't want any part of that blame. It doesn't want to be a victim. It just wants to validate, how it has been right and you've been right. It's an all-win game. It's very easy to play the victim. It's so easy to play the victim. In everything we do. It's not just relationships. People are saying, I saw something the other day. Social media has broken civilization, has broken mankind. Isn't that just another part of the blame game? It's very easy to blame something for our own failings. But, the algorithm, it doesn't choose us, we choose the algorithm. We choose what to engage with, we choose what we watch. The algorithm just feeds into that, feeds our habits. So, how can you blame the algorithm? It doesn't even exist. But it all comes back to the same thing, really. We like to blame someone else so we can validate our own existence. Maybe that's the ego. Maybe it's just the way we set up with our limiting beliefs or limiting decisions, the negative emotions that continue to validate where we are in our lives today and why we got there, and how everyone has contributed to making us the way we are. The blame game. It's very easy to sink into that, but earlier today, I give an example. Earlier today, beautiful day in the Alps. We had maybe, anything from 8 inches to 20 inches of fresh snow overnight, unexpected, badly needed. And I was out there riding with a friend earlier, having some great fun in deep, deep snow. And finding our way around the mountains, it's all new to us. We've only been here a week, and very exciting, of course. Anyway, she left her pocket open, her phone fell out, and we had to go looking for it. And the odds of finding a phone on a powder day are pretty slim, very slim. We set it to the lifty at the top of the mountain, and he was like, no way. In Italian, but, we got the message. Luckily enough for us, we weren't going to give in. So we took no notice of him, and we kept on going. We checked a few spots where we had stopped on the previous run, and no sign. People were stopping to ask us if we were all right. And, if my friend said, yeah, she lost her phone and there was no point in calling it because she'd left it on silent. Okay, so the plot got deeper. Anyway, we found a couple of spots where we thought it might be. But, it's a vast It's a vast amount of terrain. There's untold, I mean, you can't even imagine how much terrain is out there. Thousands of acres. Anyway, we found a spot. There was no sign of the phone. And after a cursory glance, my friend said, okay, I need to decide how I'm going to get a new phone. I said, all right. And, you know, she had found a spot where she had stopped previously, and she had a quick glance, like I said, no sign of the phone. She was like, okay, let's get out of here. Let's go and get me a new phone. And I was like, hold on a minute. Let's do this properly. Let's start digging. And with that, she stood on something, and it turned out to be her phone. Now, it would have been very easy to play the victim and carry on down the mountain and go looking for a new phone and all that entailed, which, you know, if you're as she's a digital marketer, and that is a major downer. You know, you got to get a new phone, you got to connect all the apps that you've been using, and that is not easy. Verifying and validating and confirming and all that bullshit. But we just, you know, you just gotta stop playing the blame game and put the foot down and stop being a victim. Find that phone. Find whatever it is that you're looking for. Maybe that's inside in your own head, psychologically, emotionally. But we've got to stop playing the blame game. Shame the blame game. And get over ourselves, really, because look, the ego is going to keep you there, because that is where the ego has its power. When it's in control of the situation, keeping you under its thumb, keeping you as a victim. The ego is not the boss. You're the boss. You've got to put your foot down and shut that voice in your head and let the ego know, no, it's your turn to be the victim. I'm the boss. You're just going to listen to me. This is what we're going to do. We're not going to play the victim game anymore. We're going to shame the blame game. So, no more blaming others for our own shortcomings, failings, mistakes, all those things. Because look, they're going to happen. If you look at the success rate of the likes of Thomas Edison and Michael Jordan and all these guys, it's incredible how low their success rate is. Single-digit percentages. So you got to keep on trying. And you can't play that victim game, because that means you're giving up. You're putting the focus on an external factor or factors and allowing yourself to quit. So don't quit until you're ahead. Don't even quit while you're ahead. Just keep going. The blame game, victim game, the ego, how it loves to keep control over you, over me. So, you know, we can blame, we can pass the buck, we can pass responsibility, but ultimately it's ours. The responsibility is ours. It's as simple as that. No matter how bad the mistake someone else makes. Like yesterday, I went in for a coffee and I asked for a cafe Americano. 3 times. I still got a macchiato. Now, ultimately, the responsibility for getting the wrong coffee was up to me. And I thought about, exchanging it for the one I wanted, but at the end of the day, I accepted the responsibility. It was my own fault. I didn't make it clear enough, and I drank a macchiato, first one ever. Didn't really like it, but there you go. The blame game, that was my own fault. I didn't learn Italian well enough to express what I wanted in that coffee shop, that particular coffee shop. So, fair enough. We move on. That's the story for today. Now, if this resonates with you, if you think that your ego is like very easy to pass the buck, that you're not taking responsibility for all your actions, not just the vast majority or some of them, all of them, that's when you stop playing the victim game. Forget the victim game. There's no winning in that. It's quitting. So take control of your ego, put it in its place, okay? We know when, we need you sometimes, we don't need you all the time. Get that in your mind. You're the boss. You're the boss in your own mind. Take control. Take full control. Take full responsibility for all your actions, and shame the blame game once and for all. Now, like and subscribe if you get something from this video today. Let's continue building a powerful community for men in our 40s and 50s so that we can grow stronger together, and continue to give back to younger guys and younger people in general the knowledge, the wisdom, the learnings, the lessons, and the intelligence that we have as probably the greatest, most important generation of our times. Men in our 40s and 50s. Re-energized, revitalized, regenerated, reinvigorated, rediscovered. That's us. Let's get on it. Stay high.